We've got the Malang watercolors today that we're going to use. I've got cold press watercolor paper that I've taped down. I've also got a flat brush. Now today's one of those days when I really don't know what I'm doing. I just know I want to paint, but what do I want to paint? I have no idea. So I thought, well, I'll start off and I'll put some circles down on the page and just see how that goes. Just a little bit of fun, and I'm really enjoying myself just adding some donut kind of shapes, some circle kind of shapes, and I'm just going to let them overlay each other. Just because I like watching the paint granulate when they touch, and because I really don't know which way this is going to turn out. I love that purple that I've just put on. That's just so nice, really granulates lovely, and I'm just enjoying my time here. So just continuing, I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm going to fill the page of colour. So I'm going to overlay and make sure that I cover all of that white page. So just continuing, using my favourite colours. I've got purples, I've got blues, I've got a yellow ochre, some pinks, some reds in there. Anything that comes to mind. I'm just literally grabbing some water, putting my paintbrush into my paint pans and not thinking about the colours that I'm using, just going for my favourites. So I think I may have layered that all nicely. It's looking really good. Just adding a little bit of yellow ochre there just to brighten it up a little bit. And then I'm going to let that dry. So it's all nice and dry and you can see it here. Lovely, and I love all the shapes there. And then I was thinking to myself, okay, I've got this lovely gold Lumiere paint and a sponge, and I've grabbed a stencil and just thought, let's have a little bit of fun with that. So let's just layer on top, add some little dots. This is like circle stencils, random circle stencils, and I'm randomly putting it on, not worrying where I'm putting it, just getting that on, just so I get that gold kind of glitzy kind of look on my page there. So I've finished that, and you can see the lovely glitz there. I think it's turned out quite nice. And then I've grabbed a black pen. And with gold, I always find that if you outline it with a black pen, it tends to pop more off the page. So that's where I've gone with this. I've just thought, grab your black pen, let's do some outlining, and let's make that gold pop off your page. I've still got no direction, still don't know what I'm doing. I'm just having a bit of fun. So I've now got some paste here, and I'm just got a palette knife and I'm adding that. So this modelling paste is going to add a profile to the picture. So when it dries, it is a little bit 3D, so it's sort of a layered look on top. And I love the squares, sort of complements the round circles that I've already put on. And again, just placing my stencil anywhere and putting that on. I've let that dry, and I've got some purple acrylic paint. And I thought, well, okay, I'll put some plant shapes on here. So I'm doing some leaves, I'm doing their little stems and a little stalk to put them on, and just adding a few of these shapes here and there. So at this point I thought to myself, I really like the way this is looking. I love the purples, I love the light squares behind and the gold that's coming through, and the purple really enhanced this picture. So I'm going to let this dry, and once it's dried, I then decided to grab a pink paint pen. Now, I'm not sure whether this enhanced it or whether this took from the painting, because the purple at the moment is very striking, but I just wanted to continue. So I'm just adding some detail inside of those purple little branches, some little dots, and doing the little stalks there. But as you can see, it's sort of detracting from the way that that purple popped off the page. So let me know in the comments what you think. Should I have just left it purple or should I have just carried on? I must admit I was having a good time, so that's the reason that I just continued with this. I just thought, oh well, does it really matter? I don't know. Looking at it now, it looks as though you can't see that purple underneath. But these things happen, and it happens to you, it happens to me, I think it happens to everybody. You sometimes take it that one step further, not sure where you're going with it, and wish you could pull it back to where you were previously. But this is where I'm at and just having a great time. And I think art is about the time that you're having, not necessarily the end results, more about the enjoyment of it. So I'm just continuing with my paint pen, adding some detail here and there and just trying to enhance it. I've got a purple paint pen here, so I'm trying to outline that and make it a little bit deeper so you can see the picture, so you can see that sort of organic picture there. And I think that helps a little bit. Not as good as it was, but you know, let's see what happens at the end. So just continuing with that and then outlining the border of the page. So outlining all of that tape. And then I decided to add some little dots into that purple, just as I had with the organic shape in the middle. So just adding that there. So when I finished with that, I then decided to get the purple paint pen and I am outlining all of those lovely squares. I wanted them to pop off the page. So if you put something dark around something light, it looks as though it's sort of like a shadow gap behind it and it makes that white pop out or anything light pop out. So that's what I decided to do here. Just outlining everything just because I didn't really want to stop. So I've heated up all the tape and I'm pulling the tape off to reveal the lovely picture, and it's really quite layered, so there's quite thick layer of paint and texture on there, which I really like. So I'm bringing it up to the camera so you can see the lovely detail there. Let me know in the comments what you think. Is this something you're going to try? Do you like just painting for no reason, just because you are enjoying yourself? Or do you like the idea of perfection? So if you like this, please like, please comment and subscribe. And I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Okay then, bye.